So if you're a parent, you've probably heard of the wildly popular Disney movie franchise, The Descendants.
Well, the woman who wrote the book it's based on has another young person's novel out. Joining us now is New York Times bestselling author Melissa De La Cruz. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you so much for having me. It's great to be here.
We're just fascinated about, I have a teenage girl, so we definitely grew up with The Descendants, and Scott was like, what is this different take on fairy tales? I mean, that's really what it is. Like, where do you get your ideas from? You kind of flip the fairy tales.
After I wrote The Descendants, I realized I wasn't done with fairy tales. I still had other stories to tell within them. And I thought, wouldn't it be fun if all the fairy tales that we know by heart, actually the truth of the matter was very different. And in the Never After series, we discovered the lies behind them. And in The Stolen Slippers, Cinderella is not the hero of the story, and she's possibly the villain. And the wicked stepsisters are actually the ones who deserve our sympathy and a little justice for themselves.
That is fantastic. Where on earth did you get the name Philomena Jefferson Cho? There has to be some story behind that.
I grew up in the Philippines, and we have I think a predilection for very long and elaborate names, that kind of mix the ethnicities in our country. And I'm part Filipino, part Chinese, part Spanish. And, my full name is Melissa De La Cruz Johnston. So I just thought Philomena Jefferson Cho, and I wanted an old-fashioned name like Philomena. There's not a lot of Philomenas anymore.
No, there
really aren't.
I find it fascinating because you've had a varied career before you were an author. You worked in as a beauty editor, so you've always been around writing, but you've written now 50 books. What is your process? Do you have the way that you do it? Are you disciplined? You get up at the same time? You write on paper? You write on a computer?
Absolutely. I think it's all about discipline. And as much as I'd like to spend my days watching reality television on the couch, eating chocolates, I do get up. I work from about 8 a.m. to about 2 p.m. And then I have, sort of a late lunch. And then I work again after picking up my kid from school. So, it's a full day, and a lot of writing is just forcing yourself to stay in front of the computer and write. I write with an outline. I think about an idea for a long time, and then I write an outline, and I can write a first draft in as little as 2 weeks, although sometimes it takes about a little longer, probably about 6 months, which is a little standard.
I have to ask, how do you write for middle-aged kids and then adults? How do you get your mind to go back and forth between the two?
I always tell people I think I have writer's block, and my way of dealing with writer's block is I work on a lot of different projects. So I work on many projects at the same time. And when I write my adult books, I am in that mindset of it's a grown-up book. We're dealing with like dark themes, and I get a little tired of that. I get tired of, writing for grown-ups. I think, I want to write something fresh and light and fun and something that just makes me laugh, and my 12-year-old character, Philomena, is obsessed with candy and getting as much candy as she can. And in Stolen Slippers, she gets trapped, in a gingerbread house made of candy, which you would think is a bad thing. But instead she's so excited. I'm trapped in a house full of candy. And that's 12-year-olds for you.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So what's next for you?
Yeah.
So there are more books in the Never After series. The new one is coming out later this year or next. And also I have another Cinderella story called Cinder in Glass, which is Cinderella set in Versailles, which is for older readers, for teenagers. So more 16 to 20, or readers of all ages. So I was writing 2 Cinderella stories at the same time, one for little kids and one for older kids.
Well, Melissa De La Cruz, we can't thank you enough for being on Great Day Connecticut. Thanks so much for being with us.
Thank you so much for having me.
Good
Yeah.
luck.
Pleasure.
Good luck. Good luck.
Yeah, check out the books. They're out now. We hope you're having a great Wednesday. Eyewitness 4 is coming up. We've got some important forecasts to talk about. Thanks for
Always
being here.
challenging. Have a great day, everybody. Take care.